Hey there, I'm Stacey. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I used to be an influencer with more than 100,000 Instagram followers, and I hated it. Think I'm joking? Here's my story. You know Instagram influencers, right? Those guys and girls with the perfect bodies and the perfect faces and the perfect lives? They go on sponsored vacations, get paid to wear expensive clothes, they're invited to special events and even get free concert tickets. Everyone thinks it'd be great to be an influencer. Well, a couple of years ago, I was. And it almost ended up destroying my life. It all started on my 13th birthday when I was finally allowed to download Instagram. I created my username, added my profile picture, and then started scrolling through Instagram's recommended feeds. I was blown away. There were so many beautiful girls with hundreds and thousands of followers. Everything about them was perfect. Their life was everything I wished mine could be. I clicked follow again and again and again. For a while, I used Instagram just like my other friends. I posted pictures of me and my dog, what I was eating, and some pretty pictures of like sunrises and the beach and stuff. I got a couple of likes from my friends, but that wasn't enough for me. I wanted to be popular, like really popular. One day, I Googled how to gain Instagram followers. I wanted to know how they did it. Turns out, while it might seem effortless, becoming Instagram famous is actually a lot of work. You have to post the right stuff at the right time, edit your photos, use dozens of hashtags so more and more people keep on discovering you, engage with your audience, replying to comments and DMs, and the list goes on. But I thought, this doesn't seem that hard. I can do this. So my journey began. First, I copied the kinds of pictures that were getting a lot of likes. I learned to edit my photos and I used a bunch of hashtags with every post. I started to get new followers. Not many, just a few dozen. They were mostly wannabe influencers like me who I had to follow back, but I didn't mind. It meant more people were seeing my content. I was working hard on my profile, but after 2 months, I started thinking about giving up. It wasn't worth all the work it took. But then the breakthrough came with a picture I took on a Sunday afternoon. I was wearing high-waisted jeans with a big yellow t-shirt tucked in, my long blonde hair all curled, and my French bulldog puppy, Archie, in my arms, who's so cute and totally Insta-worthy. And my picture ended up on the Explore page. It got over 1,000 likes and I got a few hundred followers and finally crossed the 1,000 followers line. I was dancing around the room like crazy. I was so happy. And then after that, it was game on. I had an app to let me plan how my Insta feed was going to look and another app that told me what time of day to post. I spent a lot of time thinking about what images to take and I was posting consistently. My number of followers just kept climbing and I became kind of obsessed with it. When I went to a new place with my friends or my parents, all I was thinking about was where could I take the best picture and which new hashtag should I use. My pictures looked spontaneous, but in reality, they were far from it. It took hours just to create one image. The angles, the lighting, the background, my clothes, my hair, my makeup, and every object in the frame had to be perfect. Around the same time, people at school were finding out that I had all of these followers. It was so weird. People would call me by my Instagram name instead of my real name, and some people would just call me #Stacey. Other people tried to be my friend just because I was popular on Instagram. I didn't think about it all that much though. The hard work was paying off, and I was getting more and more followers, and it was getting easier and easier. The more followers I had, the more people saw my posts, which meant more likes and more followers. But a strange thing happened after crossing the 10,000 followers line. Before, I used to check all my followers' profiles. Now, followers just became a number, and I only cared about numbers. How many new today? How many lost? How many likes? If I'd gained fewer than 200 followers in a day, I got frustrated and depressed. I had to hit my numbers, and it became a real obsession. Eventually, though, I hit 100,000 followers. That's an incredible milestone. I was happy, but not as happy as I was when I hit 1,000. Strange, right? I remember telling myself 100,000 followers is nice, but I want 1 million. By this point, Instagram took up all of my spare time. I got a lot of DMs and I tried to answer as many as I could, partly because I liked my followers, but partly because I knew the friendlier I was, the more followers I'd get. People would leave these comments telling me they wished they were me, and I wanted to tell them that they didn't understand how different I was in real life. I got offers from all these brands, stuff I didn't even use, like gummy vitamins for my hair, teeth whiteners, anti-acne cosmetics, and I had to work out how to put pictures of those products on my Instagram without losing any followers. And you know how much money I was making? None. My parents didn't let me accept any money because I was barely 14. But I got free samples and opportunities to do lots of different things, and I was happy with that. I didn't do it for the money anyway, so I didn't care. But all the work started to take a toll on me. I was losing weight because I was so stressed, and I couldn't get to sleep that night if I hadn't managed to take any good photos that day. I was constantly checking my follower count and DMs. A mean comment could ruin my day. I remember several times crying because of a stupid comment from somebody I didn't even know. I know it shouldn't have hurt, but it did. Every day I'd take selfies at the beach or a little cafe or in the spot in my bedroom with the good lighting until I got one that was good enough. My friends were getting pretty tired of being my personal photographers though. I started to notice that when I asked them to hang out, they'd be busy. I finally figured out they were just trying to avoid me. One day I was trying to take a pic for my feed and I just couldn't get it right. The lighting was wrong, my skin was too pimply, my hair didn't look the way I wanted it to, and my eyes looked green instead of blue. Like everything was wrong. I wanted to text one of my friends and ask them if they could come and take photos instead, but I was scrolling through my phone and I realized there was nobody I could ask. And then it hit me. Did I even have friends anymore? When was the last time I'd spent time with my friends except to take pictures for Instagram? Actually, when was the last time I had done anything that wasn't for Instagram? I burst into tears. Something had to change. After a week of thinking, I changed my account to private. I knew I didn't want to be an influencer anymore, but still, it was so hard to click that button. Next, I sent a group message to all of my friends and told them I knew my obsession with Instagram was unhealthy and I promised to start being a good friend again. I was so scared that they wouldn't forgive me. Luckily, even though some of them still seemed mad, they gave me a second chance. So I made a post, without any filters, explaining that I was just going to be myself. And if people wanted to unfollow me, that was fine. I actually got hundreds of supportive comments cheering me on. And it made me feel a lot better. It's been almost 2 years since I made my account private, and things are a lot better. I still have quite a few followers, but I don't post every day, and I pretty much post whatever I want. My dog, my art, or just me being silly. My friends and I are closer than ever, and sometimes we'll laugh about the time that I went crazy over Instagram. They call it my hashtag period. Anyway. Next time you look at an Instagram account and wish your life was like theirs, remember my story. Don't compare yourself to Instagram stars because they're putting in a lot of work behind the scenes and their lives are never as perfect as they seem to be with all those filters and perfectly arranged photos. And trust me, enjoying real life is 100 times better than posting pictures of a fake one. Well, that's my story. Do you know anyone who became Instagram famous? Did it change them? Share your story in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my story, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more.